You live in this beautiful city which is powered by magic, and you are the first woman in forever to be allowed to be a high mage. And you know you're there because of your skills and your talent. But what happens when you accidentally uncover secrets? Secrets upon which your city was built, your magic was built, and is still surviving. These secrets crumble everything you've ever believed in and sends you down a spiral. How will you expose these secrets to the people? And in doing so, destroy chances for any other women to reach such heights in such a patriarchal society? But more importantly, are you willing to believe the truth yourself? Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And the book I was talking about is Blood Over Bright Haven by Emil Wong. It's literally one of the prettiest books that I own. Anyways, so I actually didn't want to read this book. I wanted to read Sword of Kaigan, which is also by the same author, but I couldn't find that book anywhere, not on Libby, not in stores. And when I did actually find it, it was for 170 dirhams. I spend a lot on books, but that's a lot. Anyways, so the book actually takes place in a city called Tehran. It's like a perfectly circular dome of a city, which is powered by magic. Not the natural kind of magic. This magic is regulated and created and siphoned by these people called mages. Now, what the mages do is they create spell work that um requires like specific descriptions of how much energy is required, what the spell is supposed to do, error statements and everything. While they were explaining the whole spell work part, I was like, the mages are basically just programmers. What they're creating is code. Anyways, so this when they press enter on the spellograph, what happens is it takes energy from the energy reserves, and that is used to keep things moving within the city of Tehran. Now, the book actually starts from not from Skyona, but it um, shows us a description of a tribe which is trying to escape from a thing called blight. Blight is sort of a disease. It's a thing that keeps killing people, and in one of the most gruesome possible way that's ever described. Yeah. So the blight keeps killing people, and the number of tribes, the number of people within those tribes are dwindling, and people are trying to escape it to the city of Tehran. And most of them don't make it, and people who do make it, they are forced to work in the city. And then comes Skyona. Skyona is a brilliant mage who worked hard for as long as she can remember to be a high mage. It is unheard of to be a high mage and a woman at the same time. So, and the high magistry, they let women take the exam to be a high mage only once every 10 years. And they only let them do that just to prove to people that women cannot be high mages. Because as beautiful as and as dazzling the city of Tehran is, it is a heavy patriarchal society. Heavily. Because the people in here believe that women exist only to do whatever they want them to do. Weird. And then, so yeah, Skyana does become a high mage because she is a woman of so much knowledge, passion, and drive that obviously they couldn't help but notice her talent. And yeah, Skyana does become a high mage, which is like the second highest rank of mages. First being the archmages. There are only 7 archmages. It's like the 7 old men who's responsible of overlooking magic all over the city. Yeah. And another thing I want to mention is the people in Tehran, they believe either in Freyn or the Leon, who's one of the founding fathers of 5 founding fathers of the city of Tehran. And it sort of creates two political sites, religious and political sites within the city. And that is also explained beautifully in the book. Now, Skyana, even after becoming a high mage, which is of like a very huge power in the city, like her peers and people around her do not treat her with that kind of respect because she's a woman. Anyways, and she was not even given a lab assistant. L- High mages are given lab assistant to help them with their researches and everything, but just to make fun of Skyana, they give her a janitor as a assistant. Now, what they don't know is that this janitor, I mean, they do know it, yeah. This janitor is actually from, not from Tehran. He was one of the people who was from an outside tribe who came to Tehran to escape from the blight. Now, she's going on with her research, and the dynamic between the janitor and Skyana, the assistant, the high mage, is pretty sweet. And but but it is sweet, but you cannot help but miss the arrogance in Skyana's tone towards Tomil. And as she moves on with her research, she accidentally uncovers a secret. It is a secret so heavy that it sends her down a spiral of madness. It That secret is basically a lie upon which the entire magic system and their whole city was built upon. Now, when she finds this out, she everything that Skyana believed in starts to crumble. Like, sends her down a spiral of madness. Like, and she was even asked to get a lobotomy. Yeah. Now, that is the main, for me, that was the main, plot of the story. Like, is she actually going to expose this to the people? Because she worked so hard to be a high mage, she's not going to put everything down the drain. But again, the secret is very gruesome. The people should know about this. Um, More importantly, will Skyana be able to, understand or accept this truth herself? That's basically the idea behind the story, behind this book. And I think Emil Wong wrote it like very beautifully, dark nonetheless, but very beautifully. And I think everyone should read this book. I think everyone should read every book that I recommend. Okay, one other thing that I want to mention about the book is the characters. They're not very likable. Not even Skyana. Like, she is very arrogant. You can see the arrogance dripping from her tone, and how blind everyone in this world is. So, yeah, do not expect going into this book. Do not expect something whimsical because it's magic. It turns out to be very dark. Yeah. And it pisses you off most of the times. And the way Emil Wong wrote this book, even if it's just fantasy, you cannot help but draw parallels to the real world right now. Most important thing is how oppression here is disguised as order, and how, again, the patriarchy and the power hunger behind everyone behind the structure. Now, if you ask me what my rating for this book was, it's actually not a 5. It's a close 5, but I don't know, there was something missing in it. But I enjoyed this book very much. It's like a 4.5, but not quite a 5. Yeah. So, yeah, that's Blood Over Bright Haven, a hauntingly, devastatingly beautiful fantasy book. And let me know in the comments if you've read this book or if you want to read this book. And yeah, if you like the review, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until the next review, happy reading. Bye bye.